everyone, it's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to the live watch along between Tottenham Hotspur and Leeds United in the Premier League, which is a crucial relegation battle. Not a relegation battle. I think Leeds are safe, to be honest, but technically Leeds can still go down. Tottenham certainly can still go down. Of course, West Ham United rather unluckily lost to Arsenal yesterday, unfortunately. So Spurs have got a great opportunity to kind of drift away to 4 points clear from the relegation zone with only a couple of games to go, guys. It's a big game. It is a big game. Look, guys, you know, stranger things have happened and Leeds United get relegated. Leeds United can still be relegated, by the way, if they lose all their games and West Ham win all their games. Of course, guys, we are ready to go. I just want to give you the lineups, if you don't mind, guys. Let me just run through the lineups, of course, just to let you know what the teams are, of course, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome, guys. Please don't forget to smash a like on the video if you guys can do that for me before anything else. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Kinski is in goal, depending 4-2-3-1. Porro, Danso, Van der Ven, and Udogi. Paulinho and Bentancur in the midfield with Gallagher, Kola Moani, with Carlson and Tell up front. In regards to Leeds United, we got Darlow in goal. They got Justin Rondon, Bial, Strejchuk, and that they got to play 4-3-3. They got Stack, Ampadu, and Tanaka. Of course, Tanaka has been linked to Manchester United a couple of times in recent weeks. They got James Calvert-Lewin and Anderson Harrison. Of course, James played for Man United, didn't he? He played for Manchester United back in the day, of course, guys. We all remember that one, don't we? Guys, yeah, looking forward to the match. Should be an interesting one. Hope you're all doing good. Anyway, thank you, everyone, for joining me. Guys, can I ask you a big favor? Please don't forget to smash the like on the video. It gets the video to other places and stuff like that. So you guys, absolute legend. Let me just get my chewing gum out. Yeah, you absolute legend. Thank you so much. Let me just say hello to some of the community. Big up Ephraim, as usual, you absolute legend. Thank you for joining me today, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Stretford Post. And welcome to the live watch along, guys. I hope everyone is doing blessed, of course, today. Should be an interesting game. I don't think these are going to roll over in this game, to be honest with you. What are your early predictions? I'm going for a win for Tottenham, just about. I'm going for a win for Tottenham. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Tottenham in this game. I do think it will be close. I think Tottenham will win eventually, and I think Tottenham are going to survive. That De Zerbi appointment just sort of got it over the line for me. I think that was a very, very good appointment. They should have done it earlier, then they wouldn't be in these problems right now, to be honest with you. But yeah, that was a very good appointment in my opinion, and I think that's the advantage. I think that De Zerbi is the advantage. De Zerbi being appointed is the advantage for me, absolutely. But welcome, guys. Just a little bit of a chill out. Of course, Man United don't play until Saturday, I believe. We play Nottingham Forest. We only got 2 games left of the season for Man United. It's almost over, guys. But straight away, as soon as it's over, we got the World Cup, of course, guys. The World Cup becoming thick and fast, of course, guys. So we're looking forward to that as well. We're looking forward to that. The season is almost upon us. The end of the season. Crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? Oh, it seems like yesterday we played that first game of the season against Arsenal, doesn't it? But yeah, and the end of the season is near. Not nigh, near, absolutely. And yeah, it is a crazy one, isn't it? How fast time does go, doesn't it? Let me just sort my lighting out. Yeah, it does surprise you how fast time goes. Anyway, game is underway. Tottenham against Leeds United. Get your early predictions in. I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to the legends, of course, guys. Tottenham clear it out for a throw-in there on the near side. Guys, absolutely. Good to see everyone. Any Tottenham fans in the house? I'm sure my brother will be watching in New York. He's been watching in New York. He's a massive Spurs fan. He's been a Spurs fan for 40 years. Can you imagine the torment, the frustration, the anger, the tears, all that business? You know, never me. Anyway, throw-in for Leeds United coming in. Wearing all black today. Leeds United. Can they get an early chance here? They're already attacking here, Leeds. Good cross there. Header. And it's wide. Good start. Frantic start from Leeds United here. They look like they're up for it. Definitely look like they're up for it. Frantic start from Leeds. Yeah, guys, lots of news dominating the airways. You know, one of the biggest subjects today was basically, you know, who do you prefer to win the league? I I'll be honest with you, I don't care. And I've said it many, many times, right? I don't like any Arsenal and Man City. I was raised in London, right? So I know how bad and bearable Arsenal fans are. It's nothing to do with the football club itself. It's more to do with the fans, in my opinion. There's nothing to do with the football club. If you were raised in London or raised in England, you would know about Arsenal fans. You would know what they're about. And my experiences of Arsenal fans is extreme arrogance, delusion, rudeness, everything you could possibly imagine. They're the rudest fan base by far. And if you're from London originally, you would know that, And for me, I don't care who wins the league. I honestly don't. I just wish Man United wouldn't put themselves in this position anymore. You know what I mean? I'm tired of being in this position where we have to have a preferred winner of the Premier League. I just want to win the Premier League now because the Premier League is ours, guys. The Premier League is ours. The Premier League is what Man United should be aspiring to do every single season, is win the Premier League. That's what Man United should be doing. Not, let's hope that Arsenal or Man City win the league. I don't want to be there anymore, and I don't want to be there next season. I want Man United to try and challenge. I do think that this league is very weak now. This league is weak, and I think there's a big opportunity there for any club to take advantage and go and win the league next season. I really do. I don't think Arsenal are particularly good. I think they've been lucky with the decisions this season. I think VAR has been firmly on their side this season. Definitely, they are the favourites at the moment in regards to VAR. On the flip side, Man United have had the complete opposite of that, in regards to that. But I've been speaking to some West Ham fans, and they were talking to me. Some of them went to the game at the weekend, Arsenal against West Ham. And some of them was saying that the referee was like ignoring blatant throw-ins for them and giving them to Arsenal. And, Arsenal were taking their throw-ins like 30 meters from where the throw-in should have been taken, and the referee was doing nothing. It just seems, and they were saying that every movement of the referee, every decision, it was being questioned because, yeah, guys, look, there is this thing goes on in the Premier League. Look, as I said, I don't care who wins the Premier League because I think it should be Man United. However, what I would say is that at least have a fair game. Have a fair game, at least close enough to a fair game. But some of the decisions that have been going on recently, this gaslighting of Arsenal from not only the media, but also the referees and pushing them to the title, which is blatant that what they're trying to do is push them to the title, is nauseating. It's disgusting. And to be honest with you, and I don't like Man City. Of course I don't. I hate them. I can't stand them. They're a purchase club. They've got no soul. But one thing I want, guys, this is an Algerian football. This is an Egyptian football. I want no corruption, guys, to be honest with you. And I remember, right, when I was speaking to my Egyptian and my Algerian friend, right, they were saying to me that, the game is so corrupt. You can't even watch it anymore. You can't, it's lost its dignity. And I remember saying like this, I was saying, you know what, I'm lucky. One supports Esperance de Tunis, guys, and if you know, and one supports the team in Algiers, and he was telling me about the corruption over there, and he was saying that at least in the Premier League, you don't get that. However, nowadays, you're getting that. You're getting that now. You're starting to get blatant. And this is what I've been speaking about this morning about, VAR. It's nothing to do with VAR, the decisions. It's to do with the people using VAR. Blaming the technology for the incompetence of the referees and the officiating is an easy way out. It's an easy way out for me. And I just feel like, we need to look at the referees because with VAR, without VAR, as well as I do that the decisions and the bad refereeing is still going to continue in a different way. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Anyway, still 0-0 between Spurs and Leeds here. Guys, 5 minutes gone. Tottenham are starting to get back into the game here. Danzo, Van der Ven. Tottenham squad is not bad, I was looking at Tottenham squad today. I was thinking, how can they be in a relegation zone? You look at their squad, I'm like, well, how on earth can Tottenham Hotspur be in a relegation zone? It just makes no sense, does it? Just makes no sense. Just makes no sense, guys. It really doesn't. Yeah, I do think that the De Zerbi appointment was a masterstroke, to be honest. I'll be honest with you guys. I do think it was. I do think it was a masterstroke from Spurs. I think appointing him was the game changer, wasn't it? Appointing him was the game changer, definitely. Cross comes in from Tottenham, cleared away by Leeds. As we said, Leeds are not at the deck yet. They're literally, I think they win today. That's it. They're safe, but they're not at the docks. Definitely, they've still got a way to go. They still need a couple of more points to secure safety. Tottenham, if they win, they're still not safe. Obviously, they'll be 4 points ahead of West Ham with 2 games to go. However, it would really almost put the nail in the coffin in regards to West Ham. With 2 games to go, 4 points clear, Tottenham could afford to draw one, isn't it? And that's the thing. So, if Tottenham lose today, Tottenham have got to play away from home next game. It's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting, guys. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. De Zerbi getting a telling off on the touchline there from the referee, guys. I think the referees need a telling off this season, definitely. This has got to be one of the worst refereeing performances in regards to the officiating this season. It's got to be one of the worst in history, right? It's been awful, isn't it? Every single game, every time, there's a mistake. There's something we're talking about. There's a controversy. There's something like that. It is crazy. Absolutely. Yeah, Man United have got Leeds. We've got Nottingham Forest at the weekend, and then we've got Brighton, and that's it for us. That's it. We've got the FA Cup final, of course, at the weekend as well, guys. Let's not forget about the FA Cup. We've got that coming up at the weekend. Of course, I will be doing the watch along for the weekend, all being well. Guys, Man United are playing an early kickoff on Saturday. Can you believe it, guys? Is it a miracle or what? But Man United will be playing an early kickoff against Nottingham Forest on the weekend. Fantastic on Saturday. Absolutely. That's a turn up for the books. That's a turn up for the books. Yeah, it must be awful, though, for Spurs. Because Spurs, like with Man United, we've had success. We've had it all. We've seen it all. We've won it all. With Spurs, they've got rivals such as Arsenal. It must be the worst thing, isn't it? The fact that Arsenal see Spurs as a joke, they don't even see them as rivals. It's embarrassing, to be honest. And for me, I don't know why Spurs don't pick themselves up. I really don't. They are like just when I was started supporting football, they were a bigger club than Arsenal. I don't know why they've fallen so dramatically. They've got amazing stadium, they've got a big fan base. I don't know why they can't challenge Arsenal. Why they can't compete with Arsenal. And it always baffled me about Spurs. Do you know what I mean? It always baffled me about them. It really did. And I don't know why. I really don't know why they can't improve. I really don't. Maybe they need investment. Of course, you never see Spurs going there spending 300-400 million, will you? That's the thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? Hello, Raja. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Good to see you, man. Yeah, you'll never see Spurs. Oh, here comes Spurs, though. Richarlison, it's a bad touch there. Oh, that was a poor touch. That was a poor touch, to be honest with you. He should have done better there, Richarlison. You're going for 2-0, Raja. Yeah, I think it'd be something like that, Raj. I think it'd be something like that. I think Spurs are going to win this game. I think they're going to be safe. As I said, I think De Zerbi was a masterstroke. I think he was the guy who saved Spurs. I really do. I think if they kept Tudor even longer, they would be in a lot more bigger problems right now. Oh, the goalkeeper Leeds almost lost the ball there. Goodness me, Darlow. What you doing, Darlow? What's going on? The Leeds goalkeeper. Really, really silly there. Bigger Ephraim, Sal, how much do you think will cost to sign Mateus Fernandes? Well, at the moment, Man United are being quoted with stupid money. Of course they are. They're being quoted 85 million right now. And I'm going to speak about this tomorrow because I got a link to West Ham. I've also, because I'm from East London, I know a few people deep within West Ham and know West Ham. So there is this rumor today in the papers, in the social media, that Mateus Fernandes is going to be 85 million. Now, I'm going to get to the bottom of that. Absolutely. I'm going to get to the bottom of that. And look, not everything is black and white. And I will try and get you the truth, guys. I will get you the truth. I'm waking up early. I'll speak to him tomorrow. He knows a lot about Man United and he knows a lot about West Ham. Works at West Ham. Luckily, I've got so many contacts in East London, so I've got a couple of guys there who know. Absolutely.
Do you know Tottenham? What? Tottenham Hotspur? Topspur? No. What's that? you never heard of them? No.
Still never heard of them. And here comes Spurs though. Spurs are starting to settle down in the game, guys. But one thing I will say about this summer, guys, is this.
Don't underestimate Manchester United.
Don't you underestimate the Manchester United. Don't you dare. Absolutely. Don't you dare. Yeah, look, you know, it's been a nightmare season, mate. Guys, it's been a nightmare season. I mean, I can't stand what is going on, watching Arsenal win the league, watching City challenge for the league. Any one of them guys, like, oh, you know, I'm fed up. You know, I'm fed up with Arsenal. Arsenal are boring as well. Honestly, the way the fans go on is so boring. They're the most boring fan base, honest to God. And all of them are anyway. You know what I mean? 2-1 top Spurs. Big up Ephraim. Richarlison should be playing in the Saudi league. There you go. He's had a new lease of life, hasn't he, Sam? The last few weeks, though, under De Zerbi. I think he's been alright over the last few weeks under De Zerbi. I think he's improved a little bit under De Zerbi, to be honest with you. Yeah, he's improved a little bit under De Zerbi. But thanks, guys, anyway, for being patient. I know yesterday the couple of watch-alongs were cancelled, sadly. I couldn't do El Clasico and stuff. So much stuff came up at the same time. I couldn't do it. I missed a good game as well. Yeah, been a couple recently. Yeah, Tottenham Hotspur need to be relegated to Championship. Get rid of those terrible ownerships. The problem is, Sam, is that you know what happens when teams get relegated? It doesn't necessarily mean that the owner's going to sell. All that matters is that they will make more investments to make more money. That's what these teams do. It's not. This the thing. What Glazers like the Glazer. You know, people talk about the Glazers and saying it'd be good if Man United got relegated because then they'll have to sell. They won't. All they'll do is sell their best players, create some more sponsorship deals, and make more money. Look at the way Man United made a deal with Betway, right? Just like that. You know, just like that, they made some big money. You know, and that's what they can do. You know, and that like relegation is a big thing, but it's not the nail in the coffin if you got a good if you're a big team, you know, you can make it up. Nikki, Samuel Locker say sign a minimum of 5 players and left wing back is a priority. Yeah. I don't think. I think Samuel Lockhouse is talking like you're quite obvious, bro. You know, at the end of the day, what have we been talking about for the last few weeks and months on Stretford Post? I mean, no shit, Sherlock from Samuel Lockhouse there. I mean, no way. No, are we really signing a minimum for 5 players? Is it really? I mean, come on, these guys just talk out their backside, man. Like, honest to God, you know, we've been talking about this kind of thing for months and months. You know what I mean? What player Man United need? We need a left wing back. We need a right wing back. And no shit, we need 5 at least. We need at least 6 or 7 players, not 5. He's just saying 5 to be on the safe side. This because he knows that Ineos are not going to sign 6 or 7. So what he will do, he will say 5. With us, we know we need 6 or 7, even 7 or 8 players straight off the cuff. These people, these journalists, they do talk so much basic stuff, man. You know, absolutely. I mean, it's like not like we're Man United fans. We've been talking about it for months, isn't it? Spot on, Sal. They're talking about United. Arsenal fans are so unbearable. The Arsenal fans are unbearable, mate. And anyone who wants to gaslight Arsenal don't know nothing about what English football is. You know, they don't understand it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people try to gaslight Arsenal on channels and stuff like that. The worst champions in my life. That is just a fact. Right? I've witnessed champions, every champion in the Premier League history. You know what I mean? So I know they are the worst champions. Definitely, 100%. But congratulations to them if they win the league. And that's it, you know? And we move on. But I don't want us to be in this situation ever again. I want Man United to challenge. I want Man United to make people suffer. That's what I want. You know, corner come in from Spurs. And it's straight at the goalkeeper. Yeah, I want people to suffer, those Man United haters. Afternoon, Sal. How are you, my friend? I hope we get Fernandes. I want to excuses from the board. No, it's the World. No, it's the World Cup. We don't know who our coach is. Big up, Sal. Big up, my friend. I don't understand, and I agree with big up Marky Mark. I agree with Wayne Rooney what he was saying. I agree with what he said. It's just get the decision over and done with already. If you're going to appoint Michael Carrick, appoint Michael Carrick. You know, if you're going to appoint Luis Enrique and point him now, the season's over. We're going to come in the Champions League. We're in the Champions League now. So what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? This is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. They're just trying to like buy time, innit? That's what they're trying to. They're trying to buy time. That's what they do. And they drag it. This is what they do. They drag it out so they have less time to buy players. And that's all they're doing, man. They're trying to manipulate. You know, there's lots of players I would like at Man United right now. Mateus Fernandes is definitely one of them. Obviously, the rumor today, Mateus Fernandes is value at 85 million. Oh, here we go again. You know what I mean? Of course, he's 85 million. Yeah. You know, no, for Mateus Fernandes, no more than 60. That should be the limit. No more than 60. Absolutely. Fabrizio Romano said Alonso is favourite for the Chelsea job. Well, good luck to them. He plays 3 at the back. Afternoon, Sal, my brother, big up. I don't want Chelsea to come back because this is the thing, isn't it? This is the thing. Teams are going to improve. Chelsea are going to improve. Liverpool are going to improve. Those 2 teams will improve next season, most likely. You know, so Man United have got to really have a generational window this summer. Really a generational window. Florian Wirtz will have a year under his belt. Frimpong will have a year under his belt. Kirkes will have a year under his belt. You know, we got to really have a generational window this summer. Absolutely, 100%. And no excuses from the board. Absolutely none. 0, guys. Absolutely. Don't want any excuses from the board. We need to really kill it this summer. We need to really go all out for that. You know what I mean? Really go all out, guys. And that is like left back, right back, backup defender, 3 midfielders, backup striker, left midfield, maybe a right midfielder's backup. You know, because Ahmad's not that good. So this is what I don't understand. It's like Man United are going to lose we're losing Rasmus, we're losing Rashford, we're going to lose Ugarte. There's 3 already. We're going to lose Casemiro already. They're just 3 who are guaranteed to be going, right? Then we're talking about 5 players. It just makes me laugh, doesn't it? So basically, we're getting 2, you know, because you're going to lose 3. So they're playing their funny games already. Man United needs 7 or 8 players. Like, as I said, right back, left back, centre back, backup, goalkeeper. If Vidic doesn't. 3 midfielders, another backup striker, you know, and that's not even talking about the left midfield and the right midfield. You know, that's not even talking about that. We're not even talking about squad depth and stuff like that. Big up Marky Mark. Why I always agree with you. You needed their full sell. I don't trust Ineos and even more the Glazers. They can do right. They can do some right by us, but making the right decisions. If not, they need to be gone. If they cannot build this football club, if they cannot do what this football club should be doing, which is challenging for the league in this very awful league, by the way, if they cannot do that, then they're not right for this football club and they should move on and purchase. Because I don't care about shining new stadiums. I don't care about that. I care about Man United challenging. I'm tired of us looking at Arsenal, looking at Man City, and looking at Liverpool, challenging for league titles, you know, when I know that we should be there because we're bigger than all those teams. Why are we not there? You know, our revenue is more than all of those teams. We should be there. Absolutely, Mark and Mark. Sal, do you think Tchouaméni will leave Real Madrid this summer? Look, there's a situation going on at Real Madrid at the moment. Obviously, Tchouaméni played yesterday in the El Clasico, so obviously they ain't feeling too downhearted about it. But that could obviously be employed to maintain value on Tchouaméni, of course. I do think that there's a big thing with Valverde at the moment. Fede Valverde could be leaving the football club in the summer. Apparently, there's a revolt in regards to the Real Madrid squad. They don't want Valverde at the team anymore. They don't want him in the squad. So it could be either, as I said this week, at the beginning of the week, I said it at the weekend, should I say, it could be Valverde or it could be Tchouaméni leaving the football club. It could be one of those leaving the football club, you know, and yeah. So a lot of things going on. We need a left winger, said Sadio Mana. Yeah, he's good, mate. Man United are looking at him, are aware of Sadio Mana. Not gone a little bit quiet about him. It's ridiculous how quiet it's gone, but we need an Ayobiodi and Sadio Mana, Keith Schmidt, all these players there that are young and up and coming. We should exploit the market and get them, you know. I bet Man United don't, though. I bet they don't get them. That's the thing. I can imagine they won't get those type of players in, unfortunately, even though we should. Anyway, here come Leeds. Oh, good save. Good save by Kinski there. It was a good save by Spurs. Chance for Leeds. Header from the corner. Short corner taken. Cross came in. And it was a decent header. No, it was a decent header, to be honest with you. It's at a tough angle. It nearly was 1-0 to Leeds there. Good save. Oh, that's a good save, though. You've got to admit, that's a good save from Kinski. What a save. I just realised how good that save was. Really good. Cross comes in. Mawani, over. Offside. Offside. But the problem I'm having, like, football in general. You know, it really is downheartening sometimes when you're seeing the VAR decisions and stuff like that. You know, when we had a goal for against Arsenal at the beginning of the season was far worse, and you know what I mean, and it wasn't disallowed. Do you know what I mean? And it's ridiculous. Real Madrid could do with Mickey van der Ven. Mickey van der Ven's overrated, in my opinion. I think he's a little bit overrated. I don't think he's been great for Spurs. I think he's been a little bit overrated. I think Romero has been their best player in defense, in my opinion. A little bit overrated for Real Madrid. Yeah, no new stadium, way too much history at Old Trafford. Ineos just want their name on something new and shiny. You know it, Mark. You know it. You know it, don't you? You know exactly how I feel because you think the same. You know exactly, and you know as well as I do that they want to move away from Old Trafford because they want to commercialize the new stadium. They want to rebrand it into the Ineos Stadium. They want to have their name imprinted everywhere on the stadium, on the street, at the hotels, the franchises, you know, the venues. That's what they want, you know, and that's what they're going after, isn't it? Leeds United on the attack here. Leeds, chance, no. It's a frantic pace, Rajat. Quick pace in the game, of course. It's a frantic pace. Of course, we had to witness Arsenal against Atletico Madrid last week. That was awful, wasn't it? Do you remember that? Here come Leeds again. Leeds are doing the work. All right. Wasn't that not a foul? No foul given. Player stays down. Tottenham are going to counter-attack here. Is Moani... It's going to be a throw into Spurs. It's going to be a throw into Spurs. Let me have a look at this. That looked like a foul, to be honest with you. It was Gallagher who fouled him. Yeah, I think it could have been given. Referees would have given that, to be honest with you. Referees would have given that, if I'm being honest. Anyway, Danzo, defender. I think Danzo's a good player, by the way. I've watched a lot of Danzo this season. I think he's been quite impressive this season, to be honest. What's up, man, Dan? What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up, Sal. And chat, big up. If yesterday's game at Arsenal had scored and it was ruled out like that, would they have said that VAR has done its work? The problem is, you know, VAR is the key word here, isn't it? VAR is the technology. You know, you could put an idiot behind a Ferrari in a race, right? They're not going to drive the Ferrari well, are they? You know, this is the thing. You know, the technology is not the problem. It's actually the referees are the problem. You know, and the referees are a big problem. And yesterday was plain in sight and living color that they got a favor. They got a new favorite, and it's Arsenal. And it's been like that for years. The Arsenal favoritism has been like that for years. People don't understand that. I was in the music industry, entertainment industry for 20 years. The majority of the people in entertainment and music were Arsenal fans. They run the whole media and social media. Arsenal, right? So they are pushing this Arsenal league title, and that's what I don't like. I don't like the fact that they are pushing. It's quite obvious that they're pushing this Arsenal thing. One of the worst Arsenal teams I've seen win. It's definitely the worst Arsenal team I've seen win the league. I mean, goodness me, they're not a patch on the 2002, 04, 98 team. Absolutely not. But yeah, look, you know, they're pushing this Arsenal thing. They don't want that. They want more of a challenge in the league. They realize having Arsenal win the league will make more money from them and stuff like that. Absolutely. Right, guys, we're 25 minutes in, 0-0 between Tottenham and Leeds. Nikki, I don't understand why the owners said to Amorim, you can have Champions League, but you're not going to support with players if we do. And what makes people think they're going to change? And this is the thing, you know, Luckhurst, I mean, talking absolute, you know, codswallop again about, you know, 5 players in, you know, 5 players is the bare, like 5 players. You're joking me. We're losing about 8 players next season. You know, but what don't they understand? You know, 5 players. We need a goalkeeper. If we take, here comes, oh, good run there. Very, very good run there. What a run. Was that Tell? Brilliant run from Tell. Really good. Don't they understand we need a goalkeeper? So if Vitek don't stay, we need a goalkeeper. Don't they understand that? You know? If he don't stay, we need another goalkeeper. So that counts as well. So I don't know what Lucker's talking about. You know, feeding into the media again, you know, making it soft for the Glazers. Everywhere it should be. Man United needs 7, 8 players. That's what we need. And we shouldn't be falling for this. Even if we sign 5 players, we shouldn't be like content, happy, and giddy by that. If let me give you an example. Man United signed 5 players, for example. Man United would have to buy 5 elite players. I'm talking about Anderson, Tonali, these type of players, right? Stiller, you know, Yan Diamande, these type of players, you know, and buying another left back or right back. We need both, to be honest with you. Guys, people talk a lot about this left back. We got Patrick Dorgu there, right? We need a right back, man. Dalot's not good enough. I understand what these guys are on. I really don't. Dalot is not good enough. You know, and we need a right back, absolutely. Long ball comes in. All right, it's going to be a throw. Udige is very injury prone. Yeah, I rate him though. Good player. International, Italian international. Of course, I do rate Udige very well. Dogi very well. I think he's good. He's a little bit underrated in my opinion. I think Van der Ven is overrated in my opinion. But I think Udogie, Danso, Romero are the players I like. Chance for Spurs. Scruffed by Gallagher there. It's going to be another corner, is it? Is that going to be another corner for Spurs? It would suit. I wouldn't mind Sam. It would suit anyone but us. Just can we just sell him, please? Like, you know. So anyway, it's a corner to Spurs. Tell will be taking a corner. Anyone but United. We need to get rid of these players, man. They're underachieving. You know, they're not good. As simple as that. All right, corner's going to come in from Spurs. Free header. Oof. Comes back out here. Gallagher. Back out here to Tell on the left-hand side. Tell cuts in. Whips it in with his right foot. It's going to be out for a goal kick. It's out for a goal kick. Good play. I've seen more from Tell today than I have under any manager of Spurs of last year. Last 6 months, 7 months. That was a very good cross. We all know he's a good player. This is why Man United were interested in Tell. Do you remember when we were saying we should have signed him in January and all that? Yeah, look, he went to Spurs, which probably is the worst thing. Sal, how many players do you think we sign? I know how many we should sign, which is 7, 8. That's what means we should. How many do we think we sign? 4 or 5. Yeah, I would say that 4 or 5, and that would include a goalkeeper. You know, so it's not enough, is it? When you're in the Champions League, the League Cup, the Premier League, the FA Cup, you know, it's not enough. We do need more. We need more than that. We do need more than that. Absolutely. We do need more. We need basically a Liverpool window last season, but with the right players. I think Liverpool spent too much and have got the wrong players, but we need that kind of window. And there's no reason why we should not have that mid window. There's no reason why Man United can't go out there and spend 500 million. This is the people don't understand. We're getting 100 million from the Champions League alone. We're getting 200 million in revenue. We're losing the money. We're losing wages from Rasmus. We're getting 40 million as well, and we're losing his wages. We're going to lose Rashford at this rate as well. Ugarte is going to be leaving. Casemiro is going to be leaving. Mason Mount might leave. You know, we've got players there that are going to be leaving. Xerxes may leave. We're saving all that money, and people saying, "Oh, we'll spend 200 million." We should be spending 500 million this summer. 500 million. That's what I say. Richard Scudamore, the former executive chairman of the Premier League, stated that the league has a strategic plan to aim for new winners every 6 years to promote competition and excitement among clubs. I agree. Yeah, I've read that article. It's what I've been talking about for a while. You know, what I want is is fair competition. I don't particularly like Man City. I don't like Arsenal either. But, you know, what I want is fair competition. So what's going on with Man United then? Why are Man United the ones that are suffering at the moment from these dreadful decisions week in, week out? And every single game, cross from Spurs, cleared by Leeds, every single game, United are having something go against them. At the weekend, it was a forearm smash on Bruno, right? Which didn't get anything, not even a VAR, nothing. Crazy, isn't it? It's really mad. I mean, the way this league, I mean, the way things are going, it's really crazy. It is. You know, the United are getting the rough end of the stick. United are the ones who suffer. You know, we're suffering the most, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? We've had, it's a chance for Carlson. He's hit straight at the bloody goalkeeper. There. Mandem. What's going on here? Hold on. So most of these things that we have been questioning have been put in place solely for excitement. Sums up yesterday's decision. I don't find out if they let me tell you something, Mandem. If they truly want to promote the Premier League and make the Premier League an even more of a potent, domineering brand, what they have to do is not promote Arsenal. Is not promote Arsenal. How can I compare that to? You know, how can I compare not promoting Arsenal? You know, chance of Spurs. Arsenal are one of the most boring teams in Europe, if not the most boring team in Europe. So why would they want to promote Arsenal as their main brand, their brand? Why would they want to do that? It's self-sabotage. It's self-sabotage, absolute self-sabotage, you know? And, you know, I don't come in. I know a lot of people like to gaslight Arsenal and those other content creator pages. They love to gaslight Arsenal because Arsenal got a good, big, huge social media following. And they love gaslighting Arsenal because they've got a huge social media following. They're not gaslighting Arsenal because they enjoy Arsenal, because they love Arsenal. It's because they get likes and clicks. That's why. You know, that's what it is at the end of the day. They're just thinking about that. They don't think about what's good for the Premier League and what's good for football and the future of football. We've had people like Rude Hullet stop watching football because of Arsenal. You know, this is what we're talking about. Arsenal are boring. They are boring. If you want to make the league back, let me just scroll back for you. Go back to what made the league what it is. What made the league what it is? What was it? Manchester United was what it was. Manchester United made the league what it was, what it is. It was Manchester United who put the Premier League on the map. Not Arsenal, not Liverpool, not Man City. It was Manchester United who put the Premier League on the map. Manchester United have played the most exciting brand of football, even to today, right? Even this moment in time. You know, we've had the most exciting games in the Premier League this season. The 4-4 against Bournemouth, for example. The 3-2 against Arsenal, for example. We've had the most exciting game. Every time Arsenal play without Man United, they are awful and boring. And guys, I literally hate doing watch-alongs for Arsenal. I hate doing watch-alongs for Arsenal. I feel like it's so boring. You know, and it's proven with the viewership and stuff. Saeed to TV said Areola going there is strange. I've already spoken about Areola going to Crystal Palace. It would be a bad move for Areola. I think Areola can do better. I don't think Crystal Palace are much better. If not, they're not better than Bournemouth. Bournemouth are better. I know that Crystal Palace won the league last year, but I think that Bournemouth are better than Crystal Palace. I would rather stay at Bournemouth. I mean, Areola should be going to a bigger club than Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is not the club for Areola. No, if I was Areola, I would much rather go back to Spain than go to Crystal Palace. You're going from there to there. You're going from there, well, from there to there at the same level. You're going like that, slightly under. In fact, you know, why would you do that? If you're going to go to a football club, Areola. Listen, guys, Areola has been absolutely phenomenal for Bournemouth. Phenomenal. His results speak for themselves. He should be going to a higher level now. He should be going up. 43 years old. He should be going up to a higher level now. You know, my opinion. That's what I would say about that. And, you know, the problem is the worst thing we're going to have to cope with, Ephraim, is Arsenal winning the league. We're going to have a week or so of Arsenal, you know, we're the champions. This is going on and on and on, right? We're going to have that all, you know, we're going to have to put up with that. So to have them be humbled in the Champions League final would be beautiful. It'd be a beautiful thing. Be a beautiful thing, you know. So the last thing I want is Arsenal to win the Champions League. Do not let Arsenal win the Champions League. I'm told you already on my short video, I'm going to be LA Paris in the final on the 30th of May. Everything I do on the 30th of May is going to be PSG. I want PSG to do the business. Another chance for Spurs was blasted over the bar, by the way. Real Madrid should raid Arsenal, Bukayo Saka and William Saliba. I don't think they'll need Saka. I think Saka's a little bit, strange one. But I would like them to raid their defenders because then, it will weaken Arsenal. That's what they base everything they do, isn't it? Creeping, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. It'll be forgotten like Liverpool. It won't be, creeping because Liverpool are. Let me say something. I don't like Liverpool, right? But one thing about Liverpool I respect is that they win something and they move on. That's what Liverpool do. Arsenal fans, let me tell you, someone that's from London, someone who was raised with Arsenal fans, Arsenal will go on and on and on about it all summer. All summer they're going to be on about champions, champions, champions. I remember it. I remember it like it was yesterday. That, imagine all these people. But if they lose that Champions League final, then you can say, oh, well, you're still not European champions, though, are you? You can't win the European Cup. I personally think if they don't win this European Cup, they're never going to win the European Cup. Or they're going to be waiting a long time, in my opinion. Because I do think they've had a very big opportunity in this Champions League, playing Sporting Lisbon and stuff like that. Big up, Alex, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, of course. Big up everyone in the stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Guys, of this Spurs against Leeds. We've got 37 minutes, guys. We've got about 6 minutes to half time. Around that mark. 6-7 minutes to half time. Anyway, Spurs coming out there on chat. Spurs have played quite well this last 10 minutes. I've had a few opportunities. Here they go again. It's going to be another corner to Spurs. Leeds are defending well so far. Leeds, of course, can still technically get relegated, but they're generally safe. They're generally safe. If they get a point, they're done. They're generally safe. I think they need 2 points officially, but yeah, they're more or less safe, guys, in regards to everything. It's going to be a corner to Spurs here, guys. It's going to be a corner to Spurs. All right, he's going to take the corner. Is it Tell taking the corner? I think it is. Cross comes in. Good header, and it's just wide from Danzo. Good header, though. Good leap, like that header. It was good. It was old school header. Was it Danzo who got that? No, it wasn't Danzo. It was actually, I think it was that Van der Ven? No, it wasn't Van der Ven. Richarlison came close. Richarlison, if he left it, Richarlison would have got there. I think Banter was the one who headed the ball. Ephraim, that Julian guy in AOT said Arteta is better than Alex Ferguson. Some of the fans around out of this world. This is why people don't like Arsenal fans. This is precisely why people don't like Arsenal fans. You're comparing the greatest manager of all time to a guy who hasn't won a trophy in 6 years. And he's going to fluke a league that is the easiest league of all time. That guy needs to just keep his mouth shut. He's an idiot, and he's an ignorant idiot. I'm surprised it's still on FTV what he said. Genocidal loving prat he is. What a knob. Honest to God. And people talk like, and people say, why do you hate Arsenal? Because of things like that. Exactly things like that. That's why Man City would never say that. That Man City have got Pep Guardiola. You hardly see Man City talking like that. They've got Arteta who can't win any trophy in 6 years, and they're talking like that. Honest to God. Ferguson's won 13 titles, and I think they're just clickbait at this rate. It's just a clickbait at this rate. They're just disrespect that oozes from their disgusting faces, honestly. And by the way, Arsenal fans are the ugliest in the world, by the way. They're a bunch of moaners. Bunch of whiners. All they've done all season is moan when they've had every single decision go their way. You know what I mean? I feel like if our Snow if they win this Prem, there should be an asterisk next to their trophy. I feel like if our Snow win this Arsenal, I feel like if Arsenal win the Premier League, there should be an asterisk next to their trophy. There should basically be a boredom certificate. They're good at making trophies. They should say the most boring team in the league trophy. That's what they should do. Oliver Glasner should take another job abroad into a sleeping giant like AC Milan. Yeah, it'd be good to test himself, wouldn't it? It'd be good to test him. If he can test himself, yeah, You know, why not? Test yourself. AC Milan are a sleeping giant. AC Milan are one of the biggest teams. Look, much bigger than Arsenal, by the way. AC Milan are a big, massive team. 6 European, is it 7 European Cups? You know, someone should invest some money in that team. Trust me. I mean, AC Milan be a good team to invest money in, definitely. You know, they are good. They are a big team. Yeah, you know what I mean. And they're a sleeping giant. They're a bit like Man United in a way. A bit like Man United in that way. Man United a little bit better now, but we are a little bit like AC Milan right now. We're massive club. Probably the biggest club in Italy is AC Milan, alongside Juventus, I think it is. But yeah, they are definitely a sleeping giant. They're much bigger than Inter Milan. They're a huge team. When I was growing up, all I thought about is Marco van Basten and Ruud Gullit and George Weah and Costa Curta and Albertini and Maldini, Alessandro Nesta, Shevchenko. Shall we go on, guys, about the players that have played for AC Milan, the great players? I was lucky to see that great AC Milan team play Man United at Old Trafford. We won 3-2. Unfortunately, we lost the second leg 3-0, but we won 3-2. I was lucky to see that great AC Milan team with Alexandre Pirlo and that. Absolutely brilliant. I was right in front of that Pirlo goal, right in front of it I was. It's a free kick to Spurs on the left of the area, guys. Dangerous position here. Tell is the one who was fouled. Let me have a look at this. Oh, he stepped on his foot. Yeah, that's a little bit late. That's a nasty one, that one. That's the old metatarsal. Remember the metatarsal from the Wayne Rooney days and stuff like that? The old metatarsal there. Anyway, so it's going to be a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. Here we go with the free kick. Right, it's going to be... who's taking a free kick there? It's not Bentancur taking the free kick. Dangerous position for Spurs. Can Spurs get a good end to this half? Another 0-0, guys. Can you believe it? Can Spurs get a good end to this half? Oh, he tried it. He actually tried the shot. That was Porro, by the way. I rate Porro, to be honest with you. AC Milan was a great club. How they are falling is amazing. Yeah. It's a bit like Man United. They're a bit like Man United in a way. Except Man United are worse because we got a worse ownership, to be honest with you. But yeah, they're a bit like Man United in a way, if we're being honest. Sam. AC Milan needs strikers like Oliver Giroud and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. They used to have great strikers back in the day, didn't they? Not Giroud's, they've had Giroud, haven't they? No, they need a more up and coming, newer players. They need a new team, a rebuild. They need a rebuild like Man United need a rebuild. AC Milan need to go out there and get a couple of they spend $500 million like Man United need. That's what AC Milan need to do. Exactly what Man United need to do. AC Milan need to do exactly the same. Exactly the same. They have got a couple of good players there. I spoke about Pavlovic, the defender, who's linked to Man United, of course. They've got a couple of players right there that are not bad. But one thing I'll say about AC Milan, guys, people are not aware of, AC Milan have a very good academy. They've actually got a golden generation coming through, a golden generation of players coming through. And you're going to see that the fruits of their labour very soon. Here come Leeds, though. Big chance for Leeds. It's a chance for Leeds. Can he get it in? That's going to be a penalty. No? That's a penalty, surely. He's offside. Nah, he's offside. He's offside. No penalty. He's offside. He's offside. Do you remember when we're in the Champions League and Alex Ferguson said he doesn't trust Italians as they made under Spaghetti? Spell it. Yeah, because Alex Ferguson was the king of mind games. He used to do it a lot. Alex Ferguson was mind games. But I used to enjoy the Champions League battles with Italian sides. I think it was proper football. Anyone who tells me this Champions League was good this year are lying. This Champions League's been crap this year. Now, don't people understand how boring it's been? We've had to sit and watch Sparta Prague and carry a bag, play football in the Champions League, right? Unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? We've had to watch Sporting Lisbon, who Man United's reserves can beat. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Looking for a VAR and a penalty here, guys. So if it's onside, there's a shout for a penalty. So there's going to be a checking a possible penalty. Because if he's onside, that is a possible penalty. It looked like a penalty to me on Calvert-Lewin. If that is, we've got 2 minutes of injury time. We're in the 2 minutes of injury time, guys. We're still waiting here, guys, for the possible penalty. No, it's offside. He's offside. Marco van Basten, yeah, mention him. Great player. Ruud Gullit, Frank Rijkaard, George Weah, Boban, Maldini, you name it, man. You name it. You know, such great players who play for that club. Honestly, I can't wait till those teams are back in the chat. The proper elite teams back in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? The proper elite teams. Do you know what I mean? That's what we need. We're close to half time now, guys. 0-0 between Tottenham and Leeds. There was a penalty shot. It was offside, so it's not going to be a penalty. But yeah, this game's been all right. It's been quite frantic, quite quick paced, but nothing in the way of quality, in my opinion. The quality's been quite low here. There are seats at the ground, strangely enough. There are plenty of empty seats at this ground today. I find that surprising. You know, anyway, Tottenham, I've got the ball in the midfield. We're over the allocated 2 minutes of injury time. The foul on Van der Ven. We're over the allocated 2 minutes. Ephraim, Sal, apart from United play, who is your favourite players? Apart from United players, I don't have any. I like Zidane. I think he was very good. Most of them come from abroad. I like Zidane. I liked players like Ginola. I think they were underrated. I like them. Other players I've liked. I like Drogba. I really like Drogba. I thought he was really good. Guys, I thought he was a good player. Like Matt Letizia, I thought he was very good. Yeah, there was a couple there. Gianfranco Zola. Yeah, those kind of players there. Other than Juninho, who used to play for Middlesbrough. Half-time, guys, 0-0. Guys, 0-0 in this game. Half-time. Yeah, Juninho wasn't a bad shout. Juninho was a good player. Yeah, I liked Juninho. He was a good player. There were lots back in the day when I was growing up. Obviously, Zidane was one of my favorite players. I thought he would have been brilliant at Man United. If he signed for Man United, if Zinedine Zidane signed for Man United at that time, it would have been curtains for everyone else. Yeah, it was him, and I liked the Real Madrid team that included Raúl and Morientes and Carranca and these players. I liked that team. I think that was a good team. The one that included Redondo as well. Ariel Ortega, I liked him. Thought he was a good player at a period. Gabriel Batistuta. Would have loved him at United as well. Liked him as well. Yeah, absolutely brilliant player as well. Yeah. There's loads out there that I liked. I mean, when you're looking at these days, I don't really look at any players and I think, wow. I really don't, honestly. I'm talking about like what I've witnessed in my life. I've never seen a player these days, today. I thought, wow, what a player. And I'm talking about even Lamine Yamal and players like that. I'm not like, wow, like I used to be. I used to look at some players and think, what a player he is. You know what I mean? Not these days. I think, yeah, he's a decent player. He's good. Like, you know what I mean? What a player. I would say, what a player even, but I would never go, and it will never be like a wow factor for me anymore. With some of these players out there, I think the talent has really regressed. So when I talk about players that I wish played for Man United or I liked played for Man United, they all come from the past. And there's loads who I wouldn't mind played for Man United. I wouldn't mind them playing for Man. Cafu was another one. I can go through a whole team of players you know. But I was so lucky to witness couple of the best Man United teams of all time. I was lucky, you know. So I never felt that we needed that. I trusted Alex Ferguson's judgment. But Alex Ferguson could have went out there, and Alex Ferguson could have easily dropped, you know, a lot of money back in them days on the best players in the world if he wanted to. He could have went out there and tried to sway Del Piero or Zinedine Zidane or Gianfranco Zola or any one of these players. Do you know what I mean? He could have tried to sway them. Paulo Di Canio, another brilliant player. I mean, there's so many back in my day, you know. Favorite player was Raul, Roberto, R9, Roberto, and Romario. Great players, mate. You like the 1994 Brazilian team, don't you? I like Dunga as well. I think he was highly underrated, Dunga. I remember Man United being in for a Brazilian named Celio Silva. He was a defender who played for Brazil. And I was so excited because I thought we were going to sign this Brazilian. We didn't end up signing him in the end. But I was so excited because I thought we were going to sign him. But people forget about that Brazil side of 1994. The Brazil side included R9, but R9 was on the bench. He was very young. But Juninho couldn't even get in the team up. Guys, like these players, I mean, Juninho of Middlesbrough, that guy was a genius. People don't understand. Like, there's only a few players I would have liked to play at Man United who didn't play for Man United, and he was one of them. Absolutely. Ephraim. Nowadays, there are no many great players. In the 90s, it was exceptional players. In the 90s and the turn of the century, the 90s was the best. Anyone who doesn't believe that doesn't understand football. And I know there's a few people who talk a lot of crap about the 90s because they didn't see it. And they're bitter about it because they couldn't see it. Because they didn't have a television or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you know, at the end of the day, never judge if you're not seeing it. I wouldn't judge if I didn't see it. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I wouldn't judge how good Pele was if I didn't see it, you know, at the end of the day. Guys, listen, guys, we have got less than a month to the World Cup. I just want to remind people that I'm going to be by hook or by crook. We've got Mexico against South Africa coming up on the first World Cup game, guys. Can't wait for it. Who's looking forward to the World Cup? I will be here. I'll be doing the watch along. I'm going to try my best. It is a marathon, but I'm going to try my best to do all the games. All the games. All of them. Can I do it? Who's going to push me along? I need help. I need someone who's able to is going to be able to do some of the watch alongs for me. So I would say I need some people to do it. But I'm going to try my best to do all of them. I'm going to try my best to do all of the games. The World Cup for the World Cup. Let's bring it on. Silva never got his work permit. That was it, Richard. Yeah, Cedar Silva never got his work permit. Absolutely, yeah. That was it. You're right there, mate. I was a huge fan of Edgar Davids, Ronaldinho, Zidane, and Clarence Seedorf trying to make a couple of games, but tickets are ridiculous here. I've heard about it. My brother lives in New York, Marky Mark, and he's going to try and make it to a couple of games in New York. And he is like... The prices I've seen is ridiculous. I have seen some ridiculous prices there. But my brother's going to try and make it to a game. It'd be great if I can get some footage from someone who's outside the ground, for example. We can get them on the channel. We can have talk about people at the ground and have a little discussion and stuff like that. That'd be great. I'm still trying to do that. Obviously, I might contact my brother, but see if he can do it. That would be great if we can do that, and we can do something like that. It'd be great to get that vibe and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, just like the AFCON, I'm going to be here for the World Cup, guys. I will be doing the World Cup over here. Some of the games are kicking off really late or really early, of course. So there's a couple of days that I don't know where I'll sleep because it's one game kicks off at 11 p.m. The other game kicks off at 2 a.m. The game after that kicks off at 5 a.m. Like, where do I sleep here? You know what I mean? Where do I get, it's crazy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And of course, I always look forward to the World Cup, and I'm going to make the most of it. And hopefully it's a good World Cup. Hopefully it's not too political. Hopefully things settle down and stuff like that, and it's a spectacle that it should be because it's the World Cup, and that's what we should have. Yeah, New York is closer to me, and I have a cousin that lives there. I'll try and send you some. Thank you so much, Marky. Yeah, like we need some footage, man. We like live footage, like something like that. You know, that would be great. I'm going to try and do some competition for you as well, you guys. I'm going to try and do some competitions during the tournament. Maybe some signed shirts from the players. I've got a signed shirt as well. I've got one from. I got a signed shirt from someone. I've forgotten who it was actually. I've forgotten, but it was from a player based from USA actually. I've forgotten his name now. Yeah, I've got one USA shirt, signed shirt. I've got another couple as well. Yeah, to do some competitions. Richard, there's a chance the stadium in the world may be half empty like the city. Or City are like it then, isn't it? Look, you know, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Look, you know, at the end of the day, I know that some of the games they're not going to be full houses. Looking at some of the games, you know, when we're looking at some of the games, you know, it's just too many games. I think I like football. I enjoy football, but there is too many games, too many teams. 48 teams, I think there is at the moment, and I just feel like, you know, you're getting into the realms of very average games, you know, and that obviously I love the fact that other countries have got an opportunity. It's great, but you know, there's a lot of mediocrity in there, and there's a lot of big teams that are sitting at home. You know what I mean? And it just, you know what I mean? It's just like, what? You know, and yeah. At the end of the day, you want quality. There's a reason I don't watch, for example, I don't watch certain teams because they're rubbish, you know, at the end of the day. And, you know, yeah, you still have that have to have that element of quality, you know. Sam, Ace Man should sign Ahmad Diallo, Brahim Diaz, Cristiano Romero, Diego Costa, Joe Pimpa, bloody hell. They got that much money, mate. I don't think they have. Spurs will nick it, says William Fisher. William, maybe. They look the most likely at the moment. Spurs do look likely to nick it themselves, William. Did the FA Youth Cup happen yet? No, it's on the 14th, I believe. 14th of this month. I will be doing a watch along, guys, so watch out for that. It's on the 14th of this month. World Cup final tickets are going for $2 million, Sal. I'm not surprised, Richard. I'm not surprised. I was offered tickets for the World Cup final in 1998, right? And those tickets there were going for 100,000 back then. That's like how long ago now? 30 years ago, nearly 28 years ago. So those tickets back then were going for 100,000 back then, you know. And I remember, you know, and 2 million is just. It's such a typical thing, isn't it? It's the USA. It's just all about money, isn't it? That's the thing with the USA. It's not about the tournament. It's just about money. The World Cup in America is about commercialism. That's all it's about. They're going to milk it. That's why they want it. You honestly think that Donald Trump wants the World Cup? They're ignorant how ignorant he is about other countries. He wanted the World Cup. He didn't want the World Cup. He only wanted the World Cup because of the money that is involved in it. That's all. The economy. You know, that's why he wanted it. You know, it has nothing to do with his love for the game. It's absolute myth. However, he did do a FA Cup draw many, many years ago. FA Thursday, yeah, 14th, Richard. Looking forward to it, of course. Hopefully, Man United can beat Man City, which would be good, of course. Looking forward to seeing a few players play as well. Really excited to see that. Seeing a few players play would be great. The new generation. So I call it the new generation. That's what it's all about. Now, I'm looking forward to doing that. Absolutely. Marky Mark. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part about it over here is money. Some of us love the game. Look, it's nothing to do with the fans in America because we've got some of the best Man United fans, football fans, Premier League fans in the world in America, right? We've got some of the most passionate I know, right? Like my brother is American. This in America is an American citizen. He's a massive Tottenham fan. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I think it's more to do with the FA, not the FA, the FIFA, and obviously the government's involved. And that's where I think this is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't think the great American public should be priced out of going to World Cup games. Right, they shouldn't be priced out of going to World Cup games. Everyone should have an opportunity to afford World Cup games. You know, this is the thing. Now, when it was in Qatar last time, people could afford it. You know what I mean? People could afford it. I know a couple of my friends who went to it. I went to it. You know, Richard, it will be the JJ Gabriel final. You know, JJ Gabriel has broken the record. He's already beaten Mason Greenwood to goals and that. You know, I'm really looking forward to. He's got 22, I think. I'm really looking forward to JJ Gabriel playing. He's going to absolutely rip Man City under 18s apart, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing JJ Gabriel next season, 100%. I can't wait to see him. Hopefully he plays next season, definitely. I really can't wait to see him. Like, this is what Man United are about. You know, this is what it's about. This is what we are about. Now, the fact that we're in the Youth Cup final, the historical element to that as well, does fill me with a little bit of enthusiasm. You know, it really does. Maybe do what Alex Ferguson did, eh? Maybe do that. Do what Alex... You know what Alex Ferguson did? Can't win anything with kids. Bring in some kids. Mix it up with some experienced players. Try and do something like that. Similar. I know we can't do it on that extent anymore, obviously, because we ain't got any winners in our team. We ain't got a Roy Keane or an Andy Cole, or Ryan Giggs, or Schmeichel, Cantona. You know, but, you know, maybe to try and duplicate elements of it. Do you know what I mean? The World Cup should have been in Canada, Italy, and Mexico. It can't be in Canada, Italy, and Mexico. Yeah, I mean, maybe or Italy. It should be in Italy, but Italy don't have the infrastructure at the moment. The stadiums are very rusty. There's only a couple of stadiums that are fit for purpose at the moment in regards to Italian football. They can host the next World Cup probably, or the World Cup afterwards. Canada and Mexico should have been given the World Cup. Yes, it should have been Canada and Mexico because they're two footballing nations. Well, Mexico definitely. 86 was in Mexico, wasn't it? But again, I don't like depriving other nations of the World Cup. I just feel like there were other nations that should have had it before them. They've already had it in 1994. England haven't hosted the World Cup since 1966, man. That's like America not hosting the Super Bowl since 1966. And it was hosted everywhere else. It's our sport and we've only hosted it once. It's crazy. I feel like, you know, obviously, it's one of the best places to pull it for money, isn't it? And for commercialism. Richard, Godwell Kukunki, Jim Thwaites, Lacey, and Obi Omiko will hopefully get some game time in the next game. So, yeah. One of my biggest concerns, Richard, right? And guys, this is not a dig, right? But one of my biggest concerns of Michael Carrick is not playing the youth. Not 5 minutes, not 10 minutes, nothing. As much as we criticize Amram and not understanding Man United's heritage, he played Sheer Lacey a few times. You know, he gave a lot of players their debuts, some young players their debuts. I'm not seeing anyone at the moment. It's the one biggest concern for me. I would have liked to see what would have it hurt against Sunderland. What would have hurt against Sunderland if we saw a couple of those young players coming in off the bench, 20 minutes. It's like I said, I know they had a game the night before or something like that, but you know what? 10 minutes to see what they can do, you know? Who knows what would have happened? Creeping Davies, the Creeping Death, should I say? What's her name? Why are we giving it to non-footballing nations and then pricing their citizens out of going to games and gaining interest? It's a economy ploy. It's basically a ploy to get more money in the economy. As simple as that. It is a business move. The World Cup for America is a business move. They don't want the World Cup if it isn't about business. That's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? The World Cup is a business move. And that's exactly why they're doing it. And it's a disgrace. I agree. It is a disgrace. The World Cup shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be. Sorry. You know, especially with the way things are in the world at the moment, I personally don't think it should be there. However, I will be doing the watch-alongs. I will be trying my best to stay awake, guys, absolutely. But there are a couple of big games on the World Cup that I'm looking forward to. England against Croatia is one of the big games I'm looking forward to as well. That's a big game. England-Ghana, it's a big game. Samuel. Can't believe Paddy McNair is 31. Bloody hell. We all remember Paddy McNair, right? Paddy McNair played under Louis van Gaal. And this is the one of the criticisms that get aimed at. There's a lot of criticisms that get aimed at Louis van Gaal. But Louis van Gaal, as much as he had Falcao and he had Di Maria and these players and Rooney and that, He also had Tyler Blackett. He also had Paddy McNair, Bothwick Jackson. You know, he had a lot of young players in there, and he still won the world. It was not the World Cup. He still won the FA Cup. So credit needs to go to him. You know what I mean? The credit does need to go for him. Bothwick Jackson, Tyler Blackett, Paddy McNair, who played for Man United as well. You know, there were a few there. Januzaj was playing for Man United back then. Yeah. Richard, it's the stop immigrants going to games. Why do they want to stop immigrants going to games? Football is an immigrant sport. Football is a sport for the world. Football is the only sport in the world that unites nations, you know? It's the only sport in the world that you can get Jordan against the USA or Iran against the USA in football, or you can get, you know, England against Trinidad and Tobago. You know, it's the only, like, football is such a great unifier, you know, and I think that all differences and ignorances get put aside when football's involved. And I think that isolating immigrants and stopping them from going to games is disgraceful. You know, I really do think that. You know, it's a beautiful game for a reason. You know, and I heard that Brazilians are not allowed to. You know, some Brazilians can't get visas and things like that. I mean, imagine having a World Cup without Brazilian fans. I mean, come on, man. You know, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, what can I say? Isn't America's going destroyed? No one wants to spend $20 million on $20 on eggs. It won't be destroyed with the World Cup. They make a lot of money from it. They're going to make millions from the World Cup, from commercialism, sponsorships, games going to be showed around the world. Everyone's going to be paying for the World Cup now. I don't think it's going to be free to air for a lot of places. Everyone's going to be paying for it now. Guys, it's still 0-0 between Tottenham and Leeds United. We've got it's 48 minutes on the clock. Tyler Blackett? Yeah. Yeah. You have to give Louis van Gaal his corn for that. It's because Margot and Trump hates immigrants. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Even though America is built from that, defeats the opinion. His wife is one. His wife got. Listen, I know people come. You know what? I know people over here in the UAE. He just arrived from India. He just arrived from Bangladesh and Pakistan, right? Who have got much better English than his wife. So he needs to just be quiet, honestly. You know, at the end of the day, probably much better English than him as well, and knowledge. Listen, this is coming from a guy who was in Switzerland, right? And said, you would all be speaking German if it wasn't for us. They speak German in Switzerland, you absolute numbskull. You know what I mean? Oh, my goodness me, you know? And we give the World Cup to these guys. It's crazy. But anyway, enough of the politics. We talk about football. It's Leeds United 0, Tottenham 0. Leeds are going forward here. Bothwick Jackson. Yeah, what happened to him? But here comes Spurs on the counter-attack. Mawani is a corner to Spurs again. Stack with the tackle. Been impressed with Stack, to be honest. I think Stack's done all right. Cameron, you mean? Yeah, Cameron Bothwick Jackson, mate. I know, yeah. Just mentioned him. Yeah, I mean, Louis van Gaal. Yeah, I mean, I was excited. Didn't he have Schweinsteiger and Schneiderlin as well? But he mixed it up with a lot of inexperienced players as well. That was the thing. Right, corner coming in from Porro now for Spurs. You see if Spurs can get something going. One of the right backs that I like is Porro. Cross comes in. Good corner. Comes back out there. Great goal. Who's that? Was that Moran? That's Kolo Kawani. Mawani. What a goal. Great goal. No, it's Tell. It's Tell. Sorry, guys. Tell has scored. Tell has scored. 1-0. What a goal that was. Buried it into the top corner, Tell. That's why Man United were looking at him. Absolutely brilliant goal. Superb. Well struck. Bended right into the top corner. Superb. Great start to the second half, guys. Do you think Cariola or Areola get the job? I know who I want to get the job. It's Luis Enrique. That's who I want because I think he will win Man United the league. And that's what I want is Man United to win the league. Areola is a special talent in regards to managing. It cannot be ignored what he's done at Bournemouth. That guy has gone unbeaten. How long now? I mean, that guy is... He's, you know, you have to look at it. You have to look at it very seriously. He's a better manager than Carrick. Carrick, we're picking Carrick plainly because of nostalgia. He's got some good results, don't get me wrong. But are we actually thinking that the football's good? Is this sustainable? Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had a 74% win rate before he got his contract. At the moment, Carrick has a 71% win rate before he's got his contract, right? Now, are we getting into a little bit of deja vu here? Is there a little bit of deja vu going on here? You know, have we learned our mistakes? Have we learned from our mistakes? Let's be honest. You know? Ephraim, Sal, what is your childhood memory in the World Cup? Loads, mate. Played football in the street. Used to play football in the street back in them days. And my earliest memory was what my dad watching the 1986 World Cup, but I can't really remember it. I vaguely remember. I was very young. But my first memory was my dad shouting, Sal, the England against Germany's coming on. It's coming on. And I remember that. I remember that back in 1990. Like, you know, the first World Cup I actually watched was the 1991. But then obviously 1994, I can remember it clearly. Didn't enjoy the 1994 World Cup. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was rubbish. Honestly, I thought it was rubbish. 1998 World Cup was superb. 2002 World Cup was superb. 2006 was a bit boring, even though it was in Germany. It was a bit boring. A couple of good games, though. The Italian against Italy, against Germany game was good. The World Cup, the other World Cup I enjoyed was probably 2018. About it. 2022 was average, you know, it was okay. But some people, I think it was the best final of all time. Was the 2002? I didn't enjoy the blatant alleged corruption going on in those games. You know, Alex. Yeah, I was going to ask. Well, didn't we have links to tell? Yeah, we could have got him on loan, mate. Could have got him on loan, and we didn't make the move, did we? And we were promised loads of things in January. That we're going to do this in the summer. We're going to do that in the summer. We were actually promised Anderson. Let's not forget, guys. Apparently, remember what we were told during January, right? We're going to go all out for Anderson. You remember that? We were going to go all out for Anderson. Richard, God, I hate both teams in North London. In particular, Arsenal. I don't like Arsenal at all, man. I really don't. Great football club. The fans are going to be unbearable. I just want to warn everyone. And you know what? Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this is a good thing because now maybe people will quite understand how unbearable. You think Arsenal fans are unbearable? Wait till they win something. You're going to see, like those people haven't seen how unbearable Arsenal fans can be. You know, Alex, I feel like Carrick's a good pick, but not sustainable, especially in the Champions League. We don't support him getting players. Look, one of the biggest issues is a couple of things I have with Carrick. And one of the biggest issues is the comfort zone sort of mentality. Not training enough, going to Dublin and not keeping your team sharp for the next game by playing a game, you know, for example. Tactically, he's one-dimensional. Counter-attack, that's it. When teams play the low block, we don't know how to combat it. This is what other managers were trying to work out, and we were getting better. Fortunately, we've gone backwards now in regards to that. I think Carrick is an emotional choice, and greatness wasn't built from emotional choices. It's an emotional choice mixed with a couple of good results. But you have to ask yourself this. Would Real Madrid do this? Would PSG do this? Would Barcelona do this? Would they do this? Honestly, right now, would Barcelona... You know, no matter what, Arbeloa will come second. They won't give him the job full time. He's going to be gone at the end of the season. Don't worry about that, even though he's a Real Madrid legend. You know? Big up, Danny B. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Hope everything is blessed, my friend. Good to see you, mate. Yeah. But if he does get the job, guys, obviously you know that I'm going to be supporting him all the way. I'm going to be supporting Michael Carrick all the way. I hope that Michael Carrick becomes the manager that we all want him to become. You know, and that's what I would say about that. As simple as that. And yeah, I'll be supporting him all the way, definitely, 100%. Cross from Leeds here. The chance. Leeds looking to equalise. Leeds don't want to get into this position where they could be in trouble. There's a chance. No. Straight the goalkeeper. Leeds don't want to get into this position where they're in trouble with relegation because they're not out of the woods yet. They're not out of the woods yet. They can still get relegated. Obviously, there's only one place to play for now, which makes it a lot easier. But Spurs win this. Spurs will be 4 points clear of West Ham with 2 games to go. They're not going to get relegated like that. In my opinion, it's West Ham be getting relegated, and Man United should pounce on West Ham's players. Fernandez, Diouf, Disasi, some say Bowen. There's a few players there at West Ham, that we can look at definitely for the squad. Obviously, Fernandez is one of them. Mateus Fernandez. All we can do is hope McCarrick wins the Premier League and Champions League. So he won't, to be honest, he won't do that, mate. I hate to sound pessimistic. He can't do it, mate. He doesn't have the tactical nous to do it. Sadly, he doesn't. I've seen lots of managers come and go. What we have here is a Roberto Di Matteo thing. And let's not forget Roberto Di Matteo won the Champions League with Chelsea. And he got sacked. I don't think he has the capacity to win these things. Now, I hope I'm proven wrong and I hope I have egg all over my face, but I think I'll be proven right with this one. We have to go for the best. And I've said it many, many times. We cannot base things on a hunch, right? Let's not forget that Carrick stood side by side with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in that dugout. Let's not forget that, right? People are blindly supporting something that they know deep down is not probably going to work, even though they hope it's going to work because they've sacrificed themselves headfirst into believing it's going to work. Why do rival fans, is a chance for Spurs? No. Why do rival fans desperately want Carrick to get the job full time? You know why? Because they're scared we'll go out there and get Areola and we'll go out there and get Luis Enrique or Nagelsmann. They'll be scared. They're scared of it. They're scared of that scenario. I see nothing to suggest that he is capable of winning Man United a league title. Watch the game against Sunderland. Watch it. Watch the game against Leeds United a couple of weeks ago when we lost for the first time in 43 years to Leeds. The game against Newcastle against 10 men. Just watch that game. Watch the game against Crystal Palace when we were lucky with the VAR decision. The game against West Ham when we had one shot after 90 minutes. The fact that we're not even shooting at goal now. One shot in 90 minutes against Sunderland. These are red flags that we have to analyze. We have to think critically here. We really do. And I really hope that they're not giving this Carrick the job yet because they are analyzing other candidates. Areola, look, let's be real here. Is Areola a better manager than Carrick? Yeah. Is Luis Enrique? Yeah. Is Nagelsmann? Yeah. They are. And we'd be lying if we said they're not. We're basing everything what we know on hope and nostalgia, which is a big problem. So we got to base everything we know on logic, on context, on what's going on and stuff like that. You know what I mean? FRM, some fans compare Pep time at Barcelona to Carrick to United. Some people must be bumped on their head when they were little. I don't know, man. It's like the Arsenal fans. I believe that every single Arsenal fan is born with a condition, of delusion. I actually think Arsenal fans, I think, when an Arsenal fan is born, the doctor should take the mum and dad into a room separately and say, I'm sorry, I just need to say that your son or your daughter has Arsenal-nitis. What's that? Arsenal-nitis is a condition where they support Arsenal. Symptoms are delusion, arrogance, overreacting. Oh no, oh no. Spot on, Sal. Eyes do not lie. Eyes do not lie. Facts do not lie. Facts don't care about feelings at the end of the day, right? And the fact is, I give them dues. Results have been okay, right? They've been all right, okay? However, the fact is sustainability, very important. Tactical intelligence, very important. Now, if Carrick does get the job, I would urge Michael Carrick. I would urge him to get a new assistant manager, someone who's more tactical, is tactically astute. Know what I mean? I would urge him to do that. I don't think Steve Holland is that guy. People say, oh, Steve Holland worked with Ancelotti. Since when? Has he worked with him since? No. Why not? You know what I mean? There you go. Alex, we can't keep plastering over the holes in our team with the sorry excuse of management structure headed up to, by the Glazers. They keep promising us things, yet they wait until the end. They're not going to do nothing. They don't actually do anything, Alex. It's the thing. They gave us a 4 out of 10 window last summer when we needed an 8 out of 10 window, 9 out of 10 window. Now we're being promised a lot of things, and I know they're going to do things this summer because of the Champions League. They have to. They got no choice. So we will be linked to players and stuff like that. Definitely, yeah. And we will get players this summer, no doubt about it. We're not going to get as many as we expect. Probably get 4 or 5 good players, but that's not nowhere near enough what we need, you know. Marcus, Arsenal better be careful. They F off around and slip up against Burnley. High likely, but crazier shit has happened before. Marcus, I would love that to happen, my friend. I would be delighted. That's my feeling on it. I would be delighted to that happen. You know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, I'll be delighted. And don't let anyone tell you you're not a real Man United supporter if you don't want Arsenal to win the league. I don't want anyone to want to win the league. You know, anyone who wants to win the league, like other content creators who want Arsenal to win the league, are not Man United supporters themselves because I don't want any of them to win the league. Want is a different thing. You know what I mean? Look, it'd be funny. It'd be funny if they do drop it from here. If they win the league, they're going to be unbearable. We know that. However, what I would also say is that just PSG, you got to save football on the 30th of May. That's all I'm saying. PSG, you've got to save football, guys. 27 minutes got to go, guys, in this game. Quite a boring game, to be fair. Big up, Jay. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything's blessed with you, my friend. I'm blessed so far. I'm good. Watching the low-quality football, which is Spurs against Leeds. I can't believe like what I'm hearing that they want Arsenal to win the league, so they have, you know, it improves the league commercially. Can you imagine? I can't think of a worse thing to do. That's like saying to someone on a diet, eat cake. I can't think of a worse thing. Got massive finish from Tell. It was a brilliant finish. Quality. He's finally arrived. Is he arrived? He's finally arrived in the Premier League. There you go. He's finally arrived in the Premier League. Tell, who was wanted by Man United on loan, of course, with an obligation to buy, which we didn't make. Didn't make the move. Quality finish. Absolutely. Bro, they couldn't look down on us when we went to Emirates and played them and we won. They thought they could walk into their stadium and hand us... Hey, listen, can I say something, Alex? I fear West Ham, Bournemouth, Wolves, Everton, Newcastle, Spurs more than I fear Arsenal. More than I fear Arsenal. I would take Arsenal at the Emirates every given day. I know if Man United win the Champions League against Arsenal, Man United would win. I know that. Confident of it. You know, Arsenal are one of the most overrated teams I've ever seen. Man United could rock up at the Emirates with 10 men and beat Arsenal at the Emirates. And we outplayed them. Let's not forget, we outplayed them at the Emirates this season. Jay, it's amazing what you can do with a decent manager. De Zerbi is one. Absolutely. He's proven straight away like that, isn't it? You see? That's what I'm talking about. Now, guys, I want to be honest with you. Manchester United, Tottenham have De Zerbi, Arsenal have Arteta, Man City have Pep, Chelsea probably have Xabi Alonso, who's won a league title with Leverkusen. we're going to have Carrick. You know, is that going to be right? I really hope so. I really hope so. But there are better managers out there available. Luis Enrique has not signed that contract yet. I would be fighting right now with Luis Enrique's entourage. How do you feel like making Man United the best in the world again? You've done it at PSG. You're going to win 2 Champions League in a row. How do you feel like making Man United the best team in the world again? You know? Ephraim, both of the rivals, I do not any of them to win. I agree, Ephraim. We rarely disagree, Ephraim, me and you. Big up, Ephraim. Liverpool will get a new manager as well. Yeah, exactly. And will Liverpool go for Steven Gerrard out of nostalgia? No, they won't, will they? You know? We definitely need to look around for mandatory high cap. Yeah, look, I'm not saying that Michael Carrick isn't on the list. He's on the list, but it's how low down he's on the list for me. For me, it's Luis Enrique, Areola, Nagelsmann, and then Carrick. It's like that for me. 4th. If we can't get those 3, I'll get the 4th one. I see no reason why we can't get them as well. He's on the list, but he's not the best candidate. We've seen this. We've seen this story before. Us as Man United fans, we should know more than anyone about manager bounce and temporary success. We know more about that than anyone. Do you know what I mean? We know more about interim managers and new bounce win records and stuff like that. Like I said, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had a 74% win record before he signed his contract. Carrick has a 71%. It's a little bit parallel to what we're going on, isn't it? It's a little bit like, oh, we've been here before, haven't we? You know what I mean? Big up, Jay, by the way. Ephraim, big up yourself. We destroyed Arsenal in the Champions League. We destroyed Arsenal. I remember the headline. I remember the headline when we played Arsenal. It was, they likened the win of Man United against Arsenal at the Emirates in 2009 to Manny Pacquiao's knockout of Ricky Hatton. God rest his soul, by the way, Ricky Hatton. But yeah, that's what they likened it to. Yeah, you know. Big up, Mama Flossie. How you doing, Flossie? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up, Flossie, the legend. Hope you're doing well. Leeds are losing 1-0, guys. Leeds ain't out of the woods, guys. Leeds could get relegated, you know, if things have happened in football. You know what I mean? It could be Leeds getting relegated and West Ham staying up. You know what I mean? There you go. Spurs are looking good for their money at the moment. They'll be 4 points clear of relegation if they win today. Guys, courtesy of that wonderful strike from Tell, by the way. It needed something like that to break the deadlock. Definitely did. It needed something special to break the deadlock. I do think it's been an even game, though. I'll be honest. It has been. Oh, that looked dangerous from. Is that Udogie? That looked dangerous, man. Oh, that was a high boot. That could have been a penalty, you know. That was a high boot. Couldn't that be a penalty? Oh, he missed the ball completely. Guys, that's a pen. That's a pen, guys. That's a pen. Oh, my goodness me. He's missed the ball. When you go for a challenge like that, you miss the ball, you're betting a pen. It's a pen. You miss the ball, you're in trouble. Jay, I don't wherever he goes, he will succeed. He's been really impressive with Bournemouth. You can't ignore his record at Bournemouth. I'm sorry. Look, I was a bit skeptical in the past, but looking at his record at Bournemouth, you cannot ignore it. You can't ignore it. He's obviously a quality manager. It's right there in plain sight. And guys, he's only 43. You know, he could be at Man United. If he comes to Man United, he could be at Man United for years. There's talk of him going to Crystal Palace. He'd be relegating himself. We have to, honestly, guys, we have to think about things critically and not what we want because it's our favorite or we want to be proven right. There's too many people who want things at Man United because they want to be proven right, not what's best for the football club, not looking at the context, not looking at the football critically. They're looking at it based on they've already sacrificed themselves to saying, I want Carrick, he can do no wrong, simple as that, and nothing's going to change my mind. And that's what's going on at the moment, right? And that's what they want. And a lot of people want, it's VAR, guys, it's going to be a penalty. No, I have no doubt. It's going to be a penalty. And as soon as I saw that challenge, it was a penalty. You go for a scissor kick like that and you miss it, you're in trouble. Nearly took his head off. That nearly took his head off, to be honest. Yeah. So that's he missed. Silly Billy didn't need to go for that. That by the way, he didn't need to go for that. West Ham will be happy. Lifeline for West Ham then. Lifeline for West Ham. This could be a penalty to Leeds. I think he's going to give it. He's looking at it quite intensively. Yeah. It's like the episode of EastEnders that he's been waiting to watch. Pat. Anyway, it's going to be a penalty. I mean, penalty. Yeah, penalty to Leeds. Penalty to Leeds, guys. There's the cat amongst the pigeons, guys. There's the cat amongst the pigeons. Penalty to Leeds. Massive penalty this. In the relegation fight, guys. Unbelievable scenes here on 72 minutes, guys. Leeds United have got a penalty. Unbelievable. Leeds have got a penalty, and this has put the cat amongst the pigeons. Definitely put the cat amongst the pigeons here. Leeds United with a penalty. Hull City have taken the lead in Championship players and could bet trend up, down. These teams are boring. West Brom, Hull City, all these teams, up, down. They bore me. Honestly, I'll be honest. Burnley, West Brom, all these teams. I'll be honest. They're boring. Honestly, Jimmy Bullard is all I remember from Hull, and obviously Harry Maguire. Calvert-Lewin will be taking a penalty, guys. Middlesbrough against Sheffield. Is it Middlesbrough tomorrow, isn't it? Middlesbrough. Calvert-Lewin with a penalty. Massive penalty, guys. Huge penalty here for Calvert-Lewin. He's going to be taken. Massive penalty. Goal! 1-1, guys. 1-1. Unbelievable, guys. This has really put the cat amongst the pigeons. West Ham will be celebrating. This is on a knife edge, guys. If Tottenham draw this, they will only be 2 points ahead of West Ham with 2 games to play. Right? If they win this, they'll be 4. But if they draw this, they'll be 2 points ahead of West Ham with 2 games to play. It's all to play for, guys, with the games coming up. Tottenham have got to go away from home. It's going to be difficult, guys. It's going to be difficult, guys. Ario play United star across the ball, box to box. I agree, FM, absolutely. Great penalty, Calvert-Lewin, to be honest with you. There you go, Richard. 1-1. Would you take Calvert-Lewin to the World Cup with Kane and Watkins? No. I would take even Tony, mate. That's who I would take. Still, I bet it's still the best one. Do people remember how good Ivan Toney was at the Euros? That guy's an animal. Why are we taking him just because he plays in Saudi Arabia? You know, that Calvert-Lewin plays for Leeds. You know? Yeah, look, I would take Tony, even Tony for me. He'll be one of the players I would take, yes. There's a couple of other players I like who are playing abroad, actually. But yeah, I would definitely take even Tony to the World Cup for me. I think he's highly underrated, even Tony. I really do, just because he's playing in Saudi Arabia. Danny Welbeck should go to the World Cup. Yeah. He should come back to England in the summer. Yeah. I would take Tony myself. I think Tony is the option. I like Tony. Honestly, I do. He adds something different. Like when you bring him on, he's a presence. Like he's calm as well. One thing I noticed about even Tony, he's very calm. He can take a penalty. I mean, that guy is the epitome of calmness. And I think he's so underrated. And I think he's been thrown under. People forget what he did for Brentford, you know. You know, this is the thing. Like, Tony's the best striker in England, apart from Kane. He's better than Watkins. Yeah, I'm telling you, right? And people forget about him because he's playing in Saudi Arabia, you know. Can Leeds get a winner now? If they do, it's all to play for. Even this draw is not enough for Spurs at the moment, I think. Right, let me have a look at Spurs fixtures here. So Tottenham fixtures. So we got Tottenham are going to play Chelsea away. Oh, it's a tough one. Chelsea away, it's a derby. It's a derby. And they hate each other, Chelsea and Spurs. Nothing Chelsea will want more than to defeat Spurs. And Chelsea got to still win to play for Europe. Wow. And then they got Everton on the last game of the season. That should be a win. But Everton are no mugs either. They got Chelsea next game. Let's look at West Ham fixtures. So West Ham's fixtures. West Ham got Newcastle away. So that's just as difficult. But Newcastle ain't been playing well. And then West Ham have got Leeds at home. So both, it's going to be decided from Newcastle, West Ham, and Chelsea against Spurs. Wow. It's going to be a difficult one, guys. It really is. It's going to be a difficult one. Yeah, probably be doing the watch-alongs for those ones. Definitely. Probably doing the watch-alongs for those ones. 100%. We've got about 13 minutes to go, guys. United should sign Ivan Toney as a backup for Sesko. Yeah, Man United should sign him as a rotational player for Man United for, in and out, like a Solskjaer, like someone like that. Man, I think he's better than Sesko. I do. I even say that. I think he's an incredible player. And he gets underrated because he plays in Saudi Arabia. How many goals did he score for Brentford when he was at Brentford? Let's have a look. Ivan Toney. Right, Ivan Toney started at Northampton. Remember that as well. So even Tony's only valued at 20 minutes. His wages is the problem. So even Tony stats by club. Even Tony had 141 appearances at Brentford. Bergval's coming on for Spurs. 141 appearances at Brentford. This is even Tony, guys, a striker. 141 appearances at Brentford, 72 goals, 23 assists. And most of that was in the Premier League. That's what we're talking about, numbers. Numbers. For Al Hilal, he scored nearly one every game. 91, 71, nearly. And 16 assists. With no service, probably. Great player, man. So underrated. I would love him at Man United myself. I think he's a great player. I love him at Man United. So Tell went from hero to villain within a matter of minutes. Yeah. That's football. You're only as good as your last minute. That's it, That's what I say about football. And that's what I said about Valeba. In his case, you're only as good as your last 9 months. Is it crazy that we signed Tony in Premier League? It's crazy, Ephraim. But the problem is now is that he's playing in Saudi Arabia. Maybe he's got used to the 400,000 a week wages. That's the problem, isn't it? However, I'm hearing that he wants to move back to the Premier League and he's willing to take a pay cut. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think people are sleeping on Tony, and I think it's ignorant for Tuchel not to look at Tony and to look at Watkins. Watkins did pretty well for England, but I like them. I like Tony. I do like Tony, and I think he's got more of a presence up front, in my opinion. Anyway, free kick to Leeds United. Can Leeds United win this game? That would be absolutely incredible if they do. Of course, that will solidify their safety. The cross comes in. Long cross. Comes back out. I knew that Tottenham would struggle. I knew they would struggle in this game. I know that Leeds are one of those teams, isn't it? They played pretty well. We obviously got the win against us at Old Trafford. Disgraceful. Here come Leeds again. Oh, it's a big chance. Oh, good tackle there by Van der Ven. Van der Ven with a game-changing tackle. Maybe a relegation-saving tackle there. Unbelievable tackle. That was a relegation-saving tackle there. Unbelievable. Good run from Minotto. And that was he almost got it. Omega. Goodness me. That was a massive challenge. Bergval's coming on for Spurs. They're looking to win the game with an attacking substitution. Here we go. Banter cures off. Bergval's on. Highly rated is Bergval, of course. You know, United were interested in him as well. Anyone who picks Spurs over United, I don't want to even hear it. You know what I mean? And unless we didn't go for him, you know what I mean? Because should be going to United over Spurs. You know, you're just going to ruin your career going to Spurs, to be honest with you. To be totally honest. Throw in to Tottenham. Pedro Porro with the throw. Tottenham looking to win this game. Otherwise, you know what? It's they're playing Chelsea next. Guys, it's on the knife edge. It's on the knife edge here. It really is. Of course, we only got a couple of games left of the season as well, guys. So there's no way back here, guys. Spurs will only be 2 points ahead of West Ham. Of course, Chelsea against Tottenham is a massive game. Chelsea would love to do one over Tottenham in that game and get Tottenham relegated. West Ham are playing Newcastle. Newcastle got nothing to play for. You know, so Newcastle could, I don't know, you know, and West Ham might have the edge in that game. Who knows? So it does look a little bit precarious for Spurs, if I'm being honest. It's a dangerous challenge from. Well, no, they both went with the same thing. Both of them went in for the challenge there. We've got about 8 minutes to go, guys, plus injury time. Big up everyone who's joined me. Guys, don't forget to smash a like, please, in the stream. If you guys could do that for me, fantastic. Thank you so much. Maddison hasn't been brought on. I'm surprised Maddison hasn't been brought on. Another very hyped player is Maddison, isn't he? He's a very hyped player, is Maddison. Surprised he hasn't been brought on. Can be a throw into Spurs here. Literally about 6 minutes to go, guys, with injury time. I think there'll be about 5 minutes at least injury time with the injuries and the VAR. The VAR was quite long, to be honest with you, wasn't it? So it might be 8 minutes. I won't be surprised if it's about 8 minutes injury time. They do not have a good record against Chelsea. No, Chelsea cost them a league title. Remember, Leicester won it. You remember that? Here come Leeds. Poor shot from Calvert-Lewin. Poor shot from Calvert-Lewin. That's one of the worst Adidas kits that I've seen. Is that Leeds kit? That is one of the worst Adidas jerseys I've seen. You know, I thought Adidas cleaned up their act. That looks like a Temu Adidas. No offense to Temu, but that does look like a Temu Adidas. That is an ugly shirt if I ever saw one. Really, it is. 6 minutes ago. Who's going to take the game by the scruff of the neck here? At this moment in time, Leeds have got their towels up at the moment. They could win this game. If they win this game, Leeds will be safe. Spurs will be in danger, obviously, with 2 games to go. Maddison is coming on now. He is coming on now. Maddison looks different. He's got different hair. Maddison's coming on now. Jed Spence is coming on. Maddison's coming on. So Tell's come off. Who else is coming off for Spurs? So have a look at this. Udogie is coming off as well. So Udogie's coming off, should I say. Jed Spence is coming on. Another good player for Spurs. Spurs have got a lot of good players, but they play a lot of them on the bench, don't they? Udogie's good. Jed Spence. They've got a lot of good defenders, right? Porro's good. You know, Romero's good. Van der Ven. They've got some good defenders at Spurs, really, ain't they? Who would you rather raid, Spurs or West Ham? I think West Ham, actually. I think I'd rather raid West Ham. If I'm being honest, I'd rather raid West Ham, if I'm being totally honest. Big up the man dem in the man dem crew. Big up everyone, guys. I hope everyone is doing blessed this evening. It is very late where I am, of course. This game finishes close to 1 o'clock in the morning. We are 12:47 at midnight at the moment, guys. The time right now is right there in your 12:47 at the midnight. That's the time, guys, where we are. And yeah, Spurs 1, Leeds United 1, guys. That's what it is. Let me just see this. Check out. Smash the like on the way in, guys, or the way out, if you like. Thank you so much, everyone who's joined me today. I really appreciate the numbers who came in today. I really appreciate you, guys. You're absolute legends. Thank you for supporting Stretford Post. We grow day by day. We grow day by day. We keep growing. That's what we do on Stretford Post, isn't it? We keep growing day by day, and that's how it should be, guys. Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate everyone, of course. Really do. Appreciate absolutely everyone, of course, guys. Tottenham won these, right? Is there going to be a winner here, guys? Is there going to be a winner? Are we going to get a winner? Oh, that's another free kick to Spurs. Came a handball. For another forearm smash. That forearm smash that happened at the weekend, Sunderland against Man United, that Bruno forearm, it's just such a typical decision that's happened against Man United this season, isn't it? Another awful decision that was. It happened against Man United, of course. So Leeds United are going to be taking a free kick long. Who do you want to get relegated? I don't mind, to be honest. I don't mind. I think it'd be entertaining to see Spurs in the Championship. I think that'd be entertaining. Might be able to do some watch-alongs for Spurs in the Championship. I think that'd be fun. Yeah. But I'm not really bothered, to be honest with you. The only thing is if it helps Man United sign a couple of players, but both of them teams, I mean, one player I want is Mateus Fernandes. If it can help us get Mateus Fernandes, then I'm going to want Man United I want West Ham to get relegated, Manny. I think I'd probably just about want West Ham. If I was going to pick one team, gun to head, I think I'd probably pick West Ham, to be honest with you. Got about a minute in this game, guys, left, plus injury time. There'll be a bit of injury time, obviously, because of the stoppage time that was given for the VAR and a couple of injuries. But yeah, look, I would say West Ham. I would say West Ham to get relegated, and we get Mateus Fernandes, and I think that'd be a good signing for Man United, and maybe Diouf as well. I think that'd be a good signing for Man United. I'd much rather have Mateus Fernandes and Diouf rather than Van der Ven, and that's about it. You know what I mean? The game has been more exciting than than any Arsenal game this season, apart from when Arsenal played us, because we made it entertaining. Exactly, Jay. Spot on. Arsenal are not a good club to put at the front of your Premier League PR campaign. They're not a good club to put in the front page of your Premier League campaign. Irfan, Carlos Gomez. Who's Carlos Gomez? Tonali Carlos Gomez. I don't know. Anyone who wants Baleba, I don't take their football opinion seriously. I'll be honest. Sorry, Irfan. Anyone who wants Carlos Baleba, what for? Why do you want Carlos Baleba? You're just reading out names. Carlos Baleba hasn't performed for 9 months, and you want to spend 75 million? Come on, mate. There's Stiller out there. There's Anderson out there. There's Wharton out there. There's Javi Guerra, Lamine Camara, Lucien Agume out there. And you're saying bloody Carlos Baleba. You guys are mad who say Carlos Baleba. That just goes to show me you don't analyze football. You don't watch football. He just confirms it. Sorry, Irfan, but that's what he confirms for me. Those people who want Carlos Baleba to sign for Man United, I don't think watch football. You know, I think they're just going by, you know, we wanted him. Let me tell you something. The only reason that Man United would want Carlos Baleba is because he's easy. That's it. Nothing else. Because I'm telling you right now, the Bayern Munichs, the PSGs, the Arsenals, the Man Cities, they won't be going after Carlos Baleba. They won't be going after Carlos Baleba. You know? Why is that? Answer me that question. Why aren't they going after him? He's so good. He's going to come good, bruv. He's going to come good, bruv. Watch. Watch. That's what it is, you know? Yeah. Anyway, cross comes in. Chance for Spurs cleared away. Mamadou Sangare, better, but not quite. Better, though. Alex Scott's another one playing well. Tchouaméni, you could say. You can get Tchouaméni for the price of, almost for the price of Baleba. Bella believe it. You better believe it. Absolutely. Anyway, Tottenham, we've got 13 minutes injury time, guys. We've already played 2 minutes of that 13 minutes. That's absolute scandalous, guys. They don't want me to sleep tonight, these guys. You absolute frauds. 13 minutes. Bloody hell, man. That's like a big chunk, almost a quarter of the bloody game. 13 minutes of injury time in this game, guys. We've got 1-1. Is anyone going to win this game? Or are they just going to waste the time? Come on, guys. Extra time being played. Exactly, Richard. 13 bloody minutes. Tanaka's coming off. 13 minutes. If Spurs scored here in the 13 minutes, West Ham fans would definitely think someone's going against them. Do you know what, Jay? Where did the 13... I thought there would be maximum 8 minutes. There was not 13 minutes of injury time here. There's nowhere... Nah. They've given at least 5-6 minutes more than there should be. And that's a lot. That's not enough, to be honest. 13 minutes. Where did they get 13 minutes from? That's crazy. Tchouaméni plays in the best club in the world and it never come to Man United. What, like Varane and Casemiro? Irfan, if you want to support my great club, do not have that silly, stupid loser mentality, all right? If you want to support my club, all right? Otherwise, there's other clubs out there that you can support. We're Man United, one of the biggest clubs in the world, right? Just because he plays for Real Madrid. Who cares if he plays for Real Madrid? So what? It's not about Real Madrid. He plays for the best club in the world, Real Madrid. So? We're Manchester United, mate. And he's not doing well there at the moment. He wants to leave. So you take advantage of that. You know, you want to play Baleba, mate. I think you should go home and watch something else, mate. Honestly, Irfan, you're stupid, mate. I'm sorry, Irfan, but that's just such a stupid thing to say to a Man United fan who's seen it, been it, done it. It's just, if you have that low mentality, you're a Glazonomic, mate. Baleba mentality is very questionable. We need mentality monsters. Absolute Ephraim. Like that. You see that? Learn from that, Irfan. Learn. And you might, you know, so what? He's 26. Since when has 26 been old, mate? Since when has 26 been old? We're getting 26-year-old Tchouaméni. You know? Ain't that the age that we got Casemiro, 27? 26, 27? So? You know, at the end of the day, who cares? You know, you don't understand football if you think like that, mate. I'll be honest with you, Irfan. I mean, you don't. I mean, your name's Irfan. It's one of those names, isn't it? Just, you know... I remember a guy called Irfan who came in here and said we shouldn't sign Mbeumo and Cunha and we should sign Gallagher. And he came on here and I thought, oh my goodness me. It's not Irfan Divaru, by the way. He's my friend, but it's another guy. Yeah. One more, Irfan. You're gone, mate. If you think he's going to come, if you have that loser mentality. We don't have loser mentalities at Man United, mate. You're the reason we're going to have this Glazonomics. You know, Man United can sign Tchouaméni if they wanted to sign Tchouaméni, right? They can, right? He's not happy there and he wants to leave. And at the end of the day, you should listen for a little bit. I can't believe people will go, you know, because they love up, they knock out one to Carlos Baleba on their walls and that they use excuses for Tchouaméni. Then you say that anyone can't come to us then. No, we can't get anyone, you know. Irfan, your ball knowledge is very low. Sorry. Anyway. People don't look, they look, you know, the one thing about people, they don't look at things from context point of view. What's going on at Real Madrid? You know, Real Madrid are name but only. Do you know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day. Real Madrid are name but only. Stop throwing names out there, Irfan, or I'll block you, mate. Stop throwing names out there. You're not answering the question. You're not getting involved in the conversation. You're just being an irritant, Irfan. Stop it. Otherwise, you will be blocked, my guy. Sorry, but you will. And you only be one of 5 who've been blocked on my stream, by the way. I don't have people who don't answer and just come out with names, throw names at me. All right. Appreciate the community. Let's get Carlos Baleba then. Let's get Carlos Baleba, who hasn't performed for 9 months. Come on, let's do that. That's gonna be fun. You know, when the fans turn against him in a couple of months, you know, because he ain't performing for Man United. Here come Tottenham. No, it's going to be a free kick to Spurs. 97 minutes on the clock, guys. Ephraim, we need to aim higher. We don't need dumbed down fans who just want mediocrity, haven't seen success. I've seen success. I have no low expectations. I have high expectations because I've seen 13 titles. I know what we need and how we go, you know, at the end of the day. And me telling Irfan this is educating Irfan. I'm educating these guys, you know. You know, Irfan, I don't need to tell you because I've already told you, mate. You know, I'm sitting there giving you some game, right, in regards to Man United. Some game. There's Dan. So you said one there. Tonali's a good one. Very good. Chouamini is another one. Why not? Lamine Kamara, Lucien Agume. No, he's another one. Angelo Stiller. You don't really watch football that much, I gathered. So Angelo Stiller is better than Baleba. He's better than Baleba. Alex Scott is another one we can possibly get. Another good player. Amadou Onana is another one you could possibly get if you want. You know, there's loads there. We can talk about players that we're going to get. But you have to believe, Irfan. You have to believe. You know what I mean? That, you know, we can get whoever we want to get. If you don't have that mentality, you're not going to get anyone. You're not going to succeed. If you have the loser mentality, that's what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? You have to, Aki, you have to have the belief. All right? And that's what I would say about that. Jay, Chouamini, Mateus Fernández, a player like Alex Scott, Angelo Stiller, I'd be happy with that, with those 3 minutes. I'd be happy with that, Jay. You see, Jay, you know what we need. You know what we need. You know? Yeah, but the thing is, Irfan, if you have that mentality, you are a Glazonomic. Because Glazers like people like you because you think low. They love people who think low. You've got to think high and put pressure on the Glazers. When you think low, you go easy on the Glazers. When you think high, you go hard on the Glazers. So think high. Stop throwing names out there. Speak like a human being. Don't speak like a bot, otherwise I'll block you. Okay? When you aim high, you put pressure on the Glazers. When you aim low, you don't put pressure on them at all. They're like, oh, you have no expectation at all anyway. So we're going to give them what they want. That's how these people think. If you used to say, oh, we can't get this, we can't get that, might as well get this, we got that. Mate, the next person they say is Baleba. I mean, honest to God, like these people don't watch football. I mean, he must have a wicked PR team. I want to know who his PR team is because I haven't seen a compilation of 3 passes put together from that player all season. And everyone wants to sign him. Like, it's ridiculous. All right, let's go and sign Eric Dyer. You know, should we go and sign Eric Dyer? Should we go and do that? You know, let's go and sign Jordan Henderson. Let's do that as well. You know, let's go and do that. You know. Anyway, guys, 100 minutes of football. This is crazy. Get up, man. I don't want any more of this. This is too late. These players are like weak little snowflakes these days. Honest to God. As soon as they get a little knock, oh, my head, oh, my arm, oh, on the floor. They're always on the bloody floor these days. What's going on with you? Bloody hell. Bloody snowflakes these days. Honestly, I'm telling you, great save, though, by Kinski. Great save. Brilliant save. Let's go. Jay, if I could, I would, you know. Can I block the word belabor or Carlos? But then again, there might be a good player called Carlos coming from South America. No one be able to talk about not Roberto Carlos, Domingo Carlos or something. Have you heard of Domingo? No, I won't get it like. I mean, that'd be funny. Yeah, look, belabor. I definitely need to block that word. I mean, I'm tired of that name, like, because at the end of the day, you know, this guy hasn't performed. You know, at the end of the day. He has a point. Irfan, I'm going to be speaking about it tomorrow, my friend. I'll speak about the players that Man United could potentially get tomorrow. I'm straight on Breaking Dawn. Make sure you join me for Breaking Dawn. We'll speak then about that. Have a little think about everything. Reevaluate everything, what you just said. And look at it and objectively criticize and critique yourself. I do it every day. So that's what we should do, you know. That's what I would do, definitely, anyway. You know, my question would be, big up Air fan. My question would be, why doesn't no one else want that player? That name, the B word. Why doesn't anyone want that player? Anyway, thrown from Spurs. Chance. All cleared. It's going to be a corner. 1 minute to go. It's going to be a corner, guys, for Spurs. Can Spurs nick it in the last minute? Can they nick it in the last minute, guys? Thank you, everyone who's joined me. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. Here comes Spurs. Cuts on the outside. Oh, that's a penalty. Is that a penalty? Spurs are crying. Spurs are crying. Oh, my goodness. They're screaming for a penalty here. Let's have a look. They're screaming for a penalty here. Spurs are going absolutely bonkers. They're going absolutely mad. Nah, I thought he dived there. Oh, he played for it. He's going to give a penalty there. I think that's going to be a penalty. Did he touch the ball, Jay? He didn't touch the ball, did he? He touched it slightly. Nah, that's going to be a pen. Oh, my goodness me. That's crazy, man. Tottenham have got a lifeline. Tottenham have got a lifeline. No penalty. No penalty. I'm shocked by that. I'm shocked by that. Jay, I'm shocked by that. I thought that was going to be given. I am absolutely shocked. If that was Arsenal, that's a penalty, by the way. Trust me. I'm shocked by that. I'm really shocked. Shocked. Goodness me. Irfan, Man United need to play in the Champions League final next year. I need to book my hotel. I've already booked it, mate. Here comes. Good for West Ham. Jay, I'm shocked that's not given. I think they bottled that. I thought that was a pen. That was a pen more than a pen I've seen recently. Wow. Shocking. Anyway, we're 14 minutes into injury time now, guys. We're playing extra time, more or less. It would be, you know what it would be? It would be half time and extra time now. Here we go. Another corner for Spurs. Is he going to be allowed to take it? Remember, Man United weren't allowed to take their corner kick against Sunderland on Saturday, were they? But Spurs are. Remember that. Remember that. Spurs are allowed to take their free corner kick. Corner kick for Spurs. Well into injury time. Half time and extra time almost, as we say. Half time and extra time. Big up everyone in the stream. And this course comes in. That's going to be full time. No, it's another corner for Spurs. Look, guys, remember the game on Saturday when Man United had against Sunderland, they wouldn't let us take the corner. Yeah, Irfan, it depends, isn't it? It depends. I hope so, mate. I hope so. Of course we can, but I hope so. It depends on the manager and the players we get in. Cross comes in. Right now, Man United needs 7-8 players in the club, so it's going to be difficult. That's going to be a free kick. Full time, guys. I think the referee's put himself in a bit of a bother. It is full time, guys. Tottenham 1, Leeds United 1 in this game. It is all to play for. Tottenham go 2 points clear of West Ham United, but that it could have been oh so better for them. They could have been 4 points clear, but now they have to sweat with 2 points. They play Chelsea at Stamford Bridge next. West Ham go to Newcastle. 2 very, very tough games, guys. 2 very, very tough games, you know, at the end of the day. And guys, I can't wait for it. It's going to be a big battle, this one. It's going to be a fight to the end. It's going to be a fight to the end, guys. Look, West Ham or Spurs, who's going to go down? One thing is that Chelsea will be looking to send Spurs down. That's what Chelsea will be looking to do. You know what Chelsea and Spurs, you know the rivalry between Chelsea and Spurs is very big, isn't it, guys? Absolutely. But, guys, anyway, a little bit of controversy at the end. I thought it was a penalty. However, it's not a penalty. It does finish 1-1. Thank you, everyone, guys, for joining me today. I really appreciate you all. Really appreciate everyone in the stream, guys. You're absolute legends. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the game. Go to this channel, guys. If you're new, don't forget to smash a like if you could do that. We're well on our way to 14,000 subscribers. Let's get to 14,000 soon, guys. Let's get those 50. You've got about 50 more likes, 50 more subscribers to go for that, guys. Let's get the subscribers up, guys. Let's push it up, guys, to that 20,000 mark, and then we can go from there. Absolutely. Great to have you on board, guys. Really appreciate you. Take care, Jay. Have a good one, my friend. Great. Always great to see you, Jay. Great to see you, Earthfan, as well. Take care, Earthfan. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see everyone tomorrow, guys. I'm going to make a few phone calls tomorrow. I've got some news about West Ham and stuff like that. Anyway, but thank you, guys. Have a great evening, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal. Take it easy. Peace.